Probando 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Probando, probando, probando. ¿Se oye o no? ¿Sí se oye? Tanto tempo? Putz. Mas não me chama? Probando. ¿Se oye? Sí, sí. Ah, tá. Probando, sí. Probando, sí. Sí, estoy hablando. Probando, probando. Está encendido. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Probando, probando, probando. Estamos probando. Seguimos. 1, 2, 3. Seguimos probando. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Probando, probando, probando. Estamos probando, probando. No, durante el evento no, por supuesto, pero para que no me estés escuchando respirar. ¿Querés oír de nuevo? Y bueno, no lo voy a poner en mute durante el evento. Bueno, Deep, lo puedo apagar si querés cuando está el video. ¿Pero no está transmitiendo? Está encendido. Pero cualquier movimiento que yo haga, la respiración se oye si no está en mute. Ah, ok, ok. La otra es, ¿qué pasa si... ¿Ahora? Es como cuando estás ahí arriba con una pata. Pero ahorita... ¿Se puede apagar eso? ¿Este? Amén. 1, 2, 3. Probando. Ahí está bien. A ver. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Probando, probando, probando. Hello. Everything's in order. Yes. How are you? I love this. I'm on. I can't turn it off because for some reason there's a hum if I turn it off or I mute it. So whatever you say, be mindful of the fact that everybody can hear you.
Maybe you could take your head.
No, they're saying don't take it off. It's okay. The only thing is I'm on camera, so I have to behave myself. Yeah. I love your foulard. Oh my God. When were you in Bangkok? When were you? Beautiful. Hand painted. Your hair looks so nice like that. You should wear it like that always.
This time, this
I like it.
extension.
Really?
When I have it like this, when I have to twist it,
Okay. It's too hard.
extensions.
It looks very natural.
The same as the extension.
Yeah.
You can get extensions and get natural hair nowadays.
Really?
It's very dry.
Is it natural hair? It's not natural hair? It's dead.
I realized that it's absorbing moisture.
Yeah. Well, so wish me luck. Hopefully, I mean, yes, if you're there, I will be. And I'll be with Natalia. She's already reached out and,
work.
Oh my God, really? Oh, believe me, things are so difficult these days that we should just count our blessings.
Yeah.
I know. Nice seeing you. It's an hour from 11 to 12. Yes, I'll be fine. Plus, there were a few videos and I'm not supposed to interpret them. So that's good. Trust me, I'll be okay. Yes. I was briefed. I received some information. It's they're launching this app, so it sounds cool. Okay, it's clean. It's very clean. No, it's beautiful. Good morning.
Hola, buenos días. Good morning and good afternoon to those at the offices. We are going to launch our new tool, IICAPlay, which we have been working on for several months. This is a joint IICA Microsoft project. We have Mr. Luciano Braverman here with us, our DG, Emmanuel Otero, and I would like to now give the floor to Mr. Otero. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to extend a warm welcome to Mr. Luciano Braverman. He is well acquainted with our headquarters. He has been here before, and he knows he can make himself at home. Thank you. I think that's one of the main requirements for us to understand what a strategic partnership is all about. A strategic partnership such as this one that we take so much pride in is based on empathy, on rapport, on trust, mutual trust, and on building projects. And today, it is time for us to celebrate the birth of this brainchild of both of us, because I think we're faced with a fundamental juncture at a time when the agricultural sector is undergoing deep running transformation. And through digital technology, answers may be found for major issues such as social inclusion and change with sustainability. I do not want to create too high an expectation about this tool, but I'm convinced that it can become a very powerful education and training tool for our farmers, for everybody to have access to good practices, just so we can overcome and bridge the gaps that still persist in certain countries vis-a-vis more advanced countries. Just like any child, after today's launch, we'll need to nurture it, protect it together, and at the same time, let it grow and evolve. First of all, I'd like to thank the ICA team. Some of our colleagues were a bit stressed out at some point. Jonathan, who has been instrumental in this, Francisco, Randall, Manuel, Federico Villarreal, all of you, all of you, I'd like to thank you. And I, they were aware of the fact that this was a very serious, important, different uh, initiative.
And that's why I'd like to acknowledge them. And then other companies, I'd like to thank other companies that did not waver in supporting us, Agrotendencias, Bayer, who will be providing several videos. There's another organization from Brazil, Senar, and many others that are probably watching us and interested in what this is all about. And I'm certain then in coming weeks and over time, they will start joining in this initiative. I'm very excited, and even more so, I am committed. ICA will be fully involved in this initiative. We know that we will have to reinvent it on a regular basis because otherwise it will decline quite swiftly. But this is testament to the importance we attach to the Microsoft initiative um, and the Tomorrow initiative, as well as FarmBits, as well as other initiatives that will give significance to this partnership. So thank you once again for being here today and for launching this initiative with us. Thank you. I wonder if I can take the floor now. First of all, I'd like to thank you, Manuel Otero, and I'd like to thank Emmanuel and the ICA team for inviting me to join you today. I feel part of this team. I feel at home here, especially because I've been through this whole process, which began as a concept, as an idea of something that might help transform agriculture in the region, an idea that was conceived by many of those here today. And what is difficult, the difficult part is to make these ideas come true. And that's when magic occurs. That is why I'd like to echo the words of thanks expressed by Manuel to the local team under the leadership of Emmanuel. Some people from Microsoft have not been able to join us today, but I think they also deserve our thanks. They have been involved in the whole process from the beginning. I think that we're faced with an opportunity, which is to transform and support the development of agriculture through this concept of digital change, which is extremely interesting, and the opportunity is incredible. I was talking to Manuel about the whole gamut of opportunities available to the sector. And throughout the process, IICAPlay is a tool that will allow for the inclusion and the speeding up of this digital transformation process, this learning process for farmers throughout the region. As I said, this is an initial tool which will be part of a solution ecosystem that we will continue to work on together based on the agreement that we have signed and the commitment that we have taken on the personal level, and Microsoft's commitment throughout the process. And I'm looking for the best word here, is to walk together with ICA throughout this transformation 100% of the time. I am very glad to see this initial achievement. It's usually easy to take the first step, which is the launch, but the important part, the test, the actual acid test, comes later based on the use of these functionalities, these developments, and how to include farmers and bring them on board through experiences and good practices that they will be able to access
through IICAPlay. They'll be able to learn and to use this knowledge throughout on a daily basis as part of their work, which is the goal that is sought by this tool. Once again, thank you, Manuel. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for making us part of this partnership, which is a very important partnership. And I think it's the first step forward for us to have been able to close and complete this initial solution together, which will open a door for many other very important and interesting initiatives, such as the museum that you mentioned. So thank you once again. Thank you, Luciano. Thank you, Mr. Director General. As you have heard from them, we're in the midst of a process of digital IT transformation, which poses a major challenge to the hemisphere. ICA and Microsoft are doing this together. We're taking the first steps. And I'd also like to say that we are revamping ICA's IT systems in-house. I also agree that today is a very important day because we're launching this very good and useful tool that will become ever more important tomorrow, in a fortnight, in a few months, because we need to keep updating it, strengthening it, feeding contents into it. My colleagues who have been working on this are aware of this. We have created a process to feed the tool, and they will tell you about it in a few minutes. This is a tool that is quite user friendly for farmers, for young people, for rural women to be able to use. It's a very robust tool. We'll make a demonstration here. It's based on Azure, Media Services Azure. It's all cloud-based. And just so people can access from cell phones, mobile phones, tablets, computers, etc. And very importantly, it adapts to the connectivity level of the users. So people in rural areas will be able to download content based on their connectivity, just so we are able to deal with that constraint. We are working hard together to bridge the digital divide. To do that, we need to provide technology, of course, but that's not enough. We are also working on IT literacy in the agricultural sector. As the DG said, we are providing content on good agricultural practices for farmers to have access to these practices and be able to implement them and do their job better. As the DG said, this is not an ICA initiative alone. Microsoft, through its platform, is leading this initiative together with Agrotendencias, Senar from Brazil. Have, they have both provided content, and interesting synergies are being created between ICA, Microsoft, and Bayer, and more organizations are to come. We have been working together. Bayer has been providing very interesting technical content. We are already working on new versions for new tools because we need to continue to update this. We need to work, we want to work on AI, deep learning patterns, data science for people to have more options available to them. As Luciano was saying, as the DG was saying, this has been teamwork, and that's why we've been so successful. We've been working together as a team. Jonathan, Francisco, Manuel Hidalgo, Adriano, Isaac, Randall, the other Randall, Krushenka, Ruben, Orlando. All of these people have been working very hard on this, and I expect them to continue to do so because we need to continue to feed this platform. And I'd like to ask the offices for their support in two ways. First of all, try to divulge, to disseminate information about this tool and promote them in the countries, and also help us feed content into it to make it more and more robust. I'd like to ask Jonathan and Francisco, my colleagues who have been very much involved in this, to please tell us about their experience, and thereafter we will immediately launch the tool. As part of the team, I mean, we will continue to repeat the fact that we're very excited about this. It's inspirational, and it helps you understand that as part of our mission to provide high quality technical cooperation, we're taking the best path. We are working for the hemisphere through a digital tool, and I think that we have been able to work in cooperation, which must always underlie these instruments. The fact that now we have very many organizations that want to be part of this platform, the fact that we can monitor who is going to see what, and what people are interested in, and how to provide more content is very important at a time when we have platforms that are so popular, and we need platforms with more content and less advertising. So we will continue to move forward. We are very reassured to know that Microsoft is behind this. We're using two tools. It's like working in a big garage and using the hammer and the saw and in a shore. So now let's say we saw how coffee was produced in Vietnam, in Vietnamese, and then that can be immediately translated to all four IICA languages. It's very interesting for everybody to have access to that information throughout the hemisphere. So thank you once again for being involved in this, and we will continue to reach out to you and continue to work on this, because this needs to continue to grow. We can't just launch a product, a publication, or the same videos that we had once and again, but rather IT needs to create more versions in more languages, texts, images, and augmented virtual reality, also uh, other information about partners and others who have more coverage throughout the hemisphere, such as Agrotendencias, who's a cable channel, network channel, digital channel. And we're very excited by this new thing that is going to work together and complement our mission. Thank you, Jonathan. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Manuel. Welcome, Luciano. I think this is a very special day, especially because you're here with us today at the Center for Knowledge Management at IICA, of which I am the manager. It's a very important day, a special day for all of us, because these are the fruits of a joint endeavor. We have worked very hard over the last few months, especially the last few weeks, leading up to the launch of this very important product for all of our countries. I think that there is a very important point to be made here. If we go back to the 1900s, knowledge and information, the amount of it grew by 100% every 100 years. Now that it's gone to 12 months. In the future, it will be maybe in a matter of a week or a day or less. So there's a lot of competition for platforms, for everything. And that places us on the right path, which is to provide education, knowledge, information to all of our partners. So above all, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to be part of this process together with Jonathan, Emmanuel Picado, Randall Alpizar, who have all worked very hard on that has been scouting for various videos, and CENAR, the National Service for Rural Learning. It's a very large agency in Brazil that works with farmers and the agricultural sector in general. So thank you. And once again, you may count on us. We'll still be there into the future. Thank you, DG. Thank you, Federico, for helping us. Braulio, Beverly, directors, and let's keep going. And thank you so much. I left out Dr. Jorge Huerten, who is with us online virtually. I'd like to give him the floor now. Jorge Huerten. Can you hear me? Good morning, Luciano. Good morning, Director General. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As Jonathan was saying, I'm also very excited because this marks the beginning and the end of one of the many projects that we have been talking about, that we have been working on with Luciano and his wonderful Microsoft team. It's actually a privilege for us to be able to offer this type of service, for people to be able to access knowledge, to make access to knowledge and information more democratic throughout rural areas. And you have placed your trust in ICA's technical capacity, Luciano, and also the leadership and the guidance of the DG, who is very exacting. And we have been making haste to put this together in record time. And what we're offering today, I know that this will continue to move ahead. I'm sorry I can't be with you personally today. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll be um, embracing you tomorrow. Thank you, Luciano, for that meeting that we had on the first day when we first met at your office at headquarters, where we were able to zoom into what we are doing today. And I'd like to thank our colleagues at ICA, who really went out on a limb and did this extremely fast and extremely well. I hope that all of our colleagues in the offices, as the DG was saying, include this as part of their work and disseminate this new tool, this package that we're offering in their countries, which is so useful and has so much to offer for people in rural areas. Thank you again. Thank you, Dr. Wertheim. I'd like to give the floor to the Director General again. Thank you, Jorge. Thank you to all of our colleagues who have so enthusiastically talked about this, who have identified so staunchly with the fact that this is a winning instrument. In terms of being exacting, of course, we can't let our guard down, because when time comes for the ministerial conference, we have to convince all 34 ministers and their delegations, the observer countries, and international organizations who will be coming to the executive committee, to the ministerial meeting, excuse me, that this can make a substantive, important contribution to change, to affecting change in rural areas. I know, Luciano, that you will be there at the time, and we need to work together in that direction in order to convince them to join in and stand behind this initiative so that it can be a major repository of videos to help transform agriculture and rural areas in the Americas. Certainly, Manuel, I am fully committed to that meeting in October. We'll be here lending our support to the solution. And together, if there is anything that I'll take back home from the messages that were uttered here, it is that concept of teamwork, of working together, of identifying with the team, and going after ideals and lofty goals that we have set out to pursue. So that's the most exciting thing of all, having been able to achieve this initial goal, this milestone, as Jorge was saying. Uh, he just reminded us of this first meeting that we had back when we first talked about our ideas. And I think that the major thing here, what makes a difference, is the human factor. The human factor that we have here, that we have been able to see and establish together with Microsoft and ICA, is just wonderful. So once again, thank you. And I'd like to reiterate my commitment to support this initiative. Raldal Cordero has always also been helping us um, with this process. You have the floor, Randall. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Director General. Thank you, Luciano. On behalf of the Communication Department, I'd like to say that this is a matter of great pride for us. We know that this is a very powerful platform to convey ICA's vision that was very well described by Emmanuel, a renewed ICA interested in supporting those who work in agriculture. It's people who need support from people who have knowledge. And this is the technology that will enable them to access the information including solutions that they can implement on a daily basis, thanks to ICA and Microsoft. So the IICAPlay platform developed by ICA and Microsoft is a very powerful tool to put our knowledge out there and make it available to our target audiences. Thank you. Thank you, Beverly.
I would like to make ICA 4.0 a reality in a very strong way. And I'm saying this because just yesterday we had a meeting that spoke about the need for ICA to innovate, to be resilient, to be adaptable, and all these different things. And I think that this tool, and I suppose the relationship in a more generic way, provides ICA with that strong opportunity and reality to be able to provide digital agriculture, to ensure that digital agriculture becomes a reality in the region. And we really want to thank Microsoft for this useful platform and all the hard work that has been done in making this a reality. I know that it has been a baby for Jorge Wertheim, who has really come up with this idea and has really driven all of us to make this day so special. So I'd like to thank you really for the cooperation with Microsoft and to ensure you that ICA will continue to be a very committed and strong partner. And we hope that as we transform agriculture in the region, that we'll continue to work with you and walk with you hand in hand to ensure that agricultural development remains sustainable in the region. Thank you. Perfect. I'd like to thank the Director General and Braulio, our boss, for being so patient with us and for trusting us. And I'd also like to give him the floor now. Thank you, Emmanuel. No patience, no forbearance. That's not what it's about. It is our duty. And I think this is a very happy day for ICA and for Microsoft, it is a time when we're seeing our dream materialize. And I was taking some notes here, and I think that for ICA, it's about materializing things that are spelled out in our medium term plan. So, reaching out to the private initiative, knowledge management, communication, digital agriculture, all of this is materializing through this dream that is coming true today. I think this is a major component that needs to be underscored. I'd like to uh, warmly thank Microsoft for affording us the opportunity to make dreams such as this one come true, and many others will come true. I'm certain that this partnership will continue to live on for years uh, into the future. Thank you, Luciano. Thank you, DG, for your support. I'd like to thank the team. We need to be reminded of their hard work and the collaborative work that was done between ICA and Microsoft, and also between the various managements and directorates. All three directorates are represented here: technical cooperation, external relations, and corporate services, and the project unit is also represented here. We have all worked together, and this has contributed towards the growth of all of us. So thank you for that opportunity. I'd like to now give the floor to Federico Villarreal. Thank you, Manuel.
And welcome, Luciano. Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity, which is also happening in a joint manner. I'd like to thank the rest of the team and the spirit that was behind all of this hard work and the expression of this passion to be able to come to this day with a high quality product and to continue to work into the future. I think that in a certain way, IICAPlay embodies a joint vision for the promotion of the connectivity in the rural sector, and for this connectivity to be geared towards bolstering innovation processes. So this is a clear signal in that direction. Aside from the teamwork and the team spirit, this connectivity and this innovation is supposed to be high quality, and that's where our commitment is. And this high quality has to do with joint work and to ongoing improvement of the product. I think that IICAPlay is the beginning of a road towards innovation and connectivity in the rural sector. Thank you. Thank you, Federico. To my right, Edgar with the project unit. You have the floor. Thank you, Emanuele. I'd also like to echo those words of excitement and gladness. There is something that was expressed as an idea initially, but is now a point of arrival and a point of departure at the same time, because ICA and Microsoft will continue to walk down this road together and will be co-responsible for mid-sized and small-sized farmers to be able to access knowledge and information virtually. And hopefully they will start seeing agriculture as a profitable activity with technologically feasible ideas. This is reason for celebration. We need to continue to move ahead together. And thank you for placing your trust in ICA and doing this with us. We would like to show everybody the new tool, and we'd like to go live with it. So our colleagues will now help. Our offices are connected. Dr. Wharton is connected. And as you can see, the tool is up on the screen. It's available in all four languages. Contents are available in all four languages. It's organized by topic. All of this is very dynamic. There will be more things added on a daily basis, by crop, also by country, and the videos that we just heard about. One interesting thing, and we know that time is money for farmers, decision making needs to be timely and expeditious. We want to grant them access fast. There is no advertising on the platform that will make it faster and more effective. And I would like to play 2 or 3 videos, if I may. The DG mentioned good practices, so I'd like to show you a video on good practice. It's only a few seconds long. It's called A Day on the Farm. Success stories. This video was shot at Earth University. It's on organic banana agroforestry system. So one of the major challenges faced by banana production is disease control, especially the Sigatoka disease, and especially Panama disease, strain 4. Also temperature control and environmental control. Each video is accompanied by a summary, is that right? Yes, that's correct. There will be a fact sheet prepared by Francisco's team with tags. Identifying the video. I'm going to give the floor to Francisco. He's the expert, so he can tell you about it. There's no need, but I'd like to say that this was done to a great extent under our supervision, but using some interns as well, who are part of this policy that we have to renew our institution. So thank you, for Luciano, for posing new challenges to us that have challenged us to rejuvenate IICA. And there are thousands of videos ready to be launched. If I may, Adriana, can we see another video? This one is in Portuguese. It's about water and agriculture. The importance of water to agriculture. However, water is a vulnerable resource, and it's a finite resource. We still have time to build a better future. So as you can see, there are several videos on the platform, about 200 of them to date, in several languages. And there will be a new version with closed captions for those who want to see the video with subtitles. We're going to play an additional one, and then I think there was an additional suggestion. I have a question. Let's say a farmer wants to access this. Do they need to sign up? Do they need to tell you what they do, or is there a profile? No, right now it's fully accessible. There's no need to sign up, to register at all. So people can just go straight into the browser all they have to do is type in play.ica.int, and they can do that on their cell phones or on computers or tablets. And in the new versions, however, as the DG just said, there will be consumption patterns, so it'll identify what uh, what I do, and based on my consumption patterns, it'll offer specific a specific menu of videos or list of videos, tailor made maybe. But right now, it's open to all to make it just more readily accessible. Rural women continue to face a major gap in terms of access to rural jobs. 80% of rural jobs are in the hands of women, and only 47% of women have access to those jobs. We need to lend visibility to women in rural areas. They make up 50% of the population in Latin American countries, and they have to be visible in the statistics, and they need to be seen as large farmers, which they are. Why is it so hard? It's a cultural issue, because culturally we educate our children sometimes inadvertently for specific roles for men and women. And the truth is that both can have simultaneous and complementary roles when it comes to work and the way they contribute to countries' economies and development. But cultural changes take very many years, especially for men who have designed and have created the status quo for men in the different countries. For example, in Argentina, there are laws that did not allow for women to handle heavy machinery. Now it's easier to do that than to drive a car. They're done directly from a PLC, and women can use heavy machinery from a cab that is air conditioned, just like anybody else. There's no need for physical strength to do that. So these cultural changes need to be brought about, and legal changes need to be made as well, so that women have access to all sorts of jobs, and to promote this with our children. Thank you, Adriana. This is just a brushstroke of an overview of the tool that we're offering. It's very user friendly, and the idea is for technology to be adopted at a high level for farmers, rural women, rural youth to have access to this tool, that they use it, and that these whole digital literacy process be intensified and help us effect change. I'd like to open the floor for discussion. Luciano, DG, colleagues. First of all, it was very nice to see the solution go live. The fact that it's simple is very, very important. It's important for people to be able to see, to watch these videos easily in a very practical manner. I like the way they are organized by topic, by crop, by country. And I think this is a very good first step. And I'm already thinking about future versions and what can be achieved through these solutions. But as I was saying, we first need to take advantage of what we have and make sure that farmers, people in rural areas can start accessing this platform in the various countries. We will learn a great deal in the first few months after going live. And the main goal now is to understand and see how the solution is used. And based on such learnings, such lessons, we need to make specific changes and adjustments so that the platform is used by more and more people. And so the challenge is launched with the tool. Going live is very exciting, making sure that everything is available for use and ready. But this is the time when, as they say, the rubber hits the road. We need to play around with a solution and make sure that the impact that we are looking for is actually attained. I'd like to echo his words too. I had never seen this in an integrated manner, and it looks very simple, very user friendly. I'm sure there will be many people using it, and it will need to be tweaked with time, but that, of course, is a job for all of us. So good job. Anything else? Dr. Wertheim, would you like to say anything else? Thank you. I think everything has been said. I'd like to echo those words of praise and reiterate that we have high expectations for this very good product. It's a great product. Thank you. Anybody else in this room? Beverly? No? Philip? So thank you very much, everyone, once again for the offices. There are two major points. Please help us disseminate this tool, promote it at the country level, and help us feed it with content. Try to contribute some content that's very important for the tool to continue to grow and gain strength and be reinforced. One thing that we need to emphasize is that ICA and Microsoft will give credit to the sources and, for example, agrotendencias is here, and let us make it clear that we will continue to respect the authorship of these materials, and we will give credit to the sources, and that's important for us to thank our colleagues from Agrotendencias and others who will join in, I'm sure. Luis is here. We've talked at length, and we want to continue to work together to join efforts with the products that they create, which are very high quality. So we're very grateful and appreciative of their participation. Thank you. Thank you so much. If there are no further comments, I think this concludes the session. Adriana, I think there's a comment from one of the offices, is there? Apparently not. Finally, Emmanuel, I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank the DG, Emmanuel Otero, for everything. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.